it's much cleaner.
Definitely is, but let's get into it. This time Seattle, once again, starting on that better side. So they're going to be able to start off with this initial P one time as Celium finds that opening kill with the nade. A lot of pressure from Atlanta FaZe coming through the middle of the map. The hill is going to be contested. As accuracy is able to find two. That's a clean 4 dead to start this game for Seattle.
All right, Seattle just into the game, and just like that, 4 on down. FaZe instantly in the back of the base, but how about Mac? Off to a 2-0 start, now make it 3. He is feeling fine, eventually gets dropped, but Surge are walking away with all of the seconds. A current 1v1 onto the point, while Civ looks to play for spawn, sitting on 3 in a row. Nearly guarantees the 4th spot. Zarsties, there he is. How about this play from Seattle, Jay?
Beautiful play coming in from Sib. Great trigger discipline. While he picks up that 3rd kill, his teammates pick up every single kill in the feed. So Seattle, perfect off the rotation, are going to start off with this initial P2 time. Atlanta FaZe had to try to break in from bottom church. You have one player, which is going to be a BZ, trying to attack from P5, but it's all going to be about holding down his back spawn.
Great position right now for Sib. As we said, sits on the spree, continues to watch his teammates spot up next to him. Atlanta trying to make their way through the alley as well as through radio. Mac prepared, but Sib watching over for him. Mac continues to dominate inside the middle. Eventually traded, but here comes Sib's opportunity. Does not want to lose the chance to keep going on this spree. Now it's 6 in a row, stunned, dazed, but still continues to fire hot. Sib drops 2 in the meantime. Mac hops in the objective for the moment, but he sets up Cell, cannot get the final kill. 4 HP on Celium. That extends his spree and puts to bed what could have been a glide bomb there for Sib.
And now this is going to allow Atlanta FaZe to have that easy rotation over towards that P3. You see Mac with a huge kill onto Celium. Simp does find 2. So he should be able to get this remaining 5 seconds, but it all comes down to this rotation. Mac, such a big player right now to at least influence the spawns for his teammates. As he's controlling towards top roof, the pinch is coming in. One player actually spawns on him as well. Mac wins a huge one-on-one. Can he get the second? Flu game so far, looking nice.
Without question, Jay, Simp now just behind him, trying to make the place. Mac eventually gets dropped, but Seattle can still benefit based off the play that Mac's able to help provide for them. Pred with a nice kill, but the fights only continue to spring on through FaZe. A nice little break with the 2-piece coming in from Abizi. They're now prepared and set up quite nicely here at Fountain. Seattle just on the verge of what could be another break, or will it be a rotation possibly? Zip tempting forward, but Celium continues to go off. It was a 7-8 spree, now a 4 spree for MC.
And that was a beautiful setup from Atlanta FaZe. They were continuously spawning all of Seattle Surge out towards that roof side. They were cutting off top fire. They were cutting off that rotation back, so they're able to get right back into this game. But you see Seattle, they're prepared. They're already off the rotation. They just have to find a couple of these players on Atlanta FaZe. One player in Arcitys trying to sneak his way through the back, as Sip does find one. Arcitys picks up this kill, such a big one. The spawns are now gonna flip. The pressure's here, and Atlanta FaZe break in.
Nice little break once more out of the Atlanta FaZe. As we said, a roster that is so great at really just dominating through these hills, pushing their way forward. At times a critique, Jay, in regards to this team, a roster that has been, at times, you know, talked about how they don't rotate, but clearly, the way that they play the game has been excellent. Right now, the #1 hardpoint team in the game, and they're putting that on full display throughout these final rotations. It's the Volk in hand right now for Celium. Does get taken down, but the dent has been made.
This has been a full 60 from Atlanta FaZe. Now Seattle just have to cut their losses. You have to start thinking about that rotation. As Abizi finds that first kill on accuracy, just get traded by Mac though. But we saw it before the replay happened. This is where Seattle were able to grow the lead. Can they do it again?
You're gonna have to do it, Fred. Nice little nade and great little reaction as well. Push his way through P5. That'll be the continuous talking point, is really, can Pred handle the pressure of the tiny tear? Simp and Abizi, without question, a formidable opponent on the other side. But right now, P5 handled well from the Surge. Mac tosses out a nade, and he also tries to come up with the kill. The unfortunate team nade will eventually come on through, but Surge, they've now got the lead.
Now with 30 seconds left, Atlanta FaZe, they know that they have to put the pressure on. As Mac finds one, it does get traded. Another team kill coming in from Atlanta, but now they have the man advantage. They just have to locate Pred. They take him down, so this final 20, you still see Seattle trying to attack it. They do not want to give all this time up. There's 15 seconds remaining. You have to start thinking about that rotation. Sim from Atlanta FaZe is already set up.
Sib already here. Final 1v1 is going to go the way of Atlanta. They'll grab the scrap seconds. Actually, no. It's Mac who decides to challenge for those final few. And they will have a slim lead coming into the second side of rotation. That's about to change. Let's go and step aside and see how the comms are sounding. As we said, a fluke game right now for Mac. Let's see how that affects the comms of the Seattle Surge.
Back off, weak. He ran.
You ran their side?
Yeah.
Alex was thick, okay?
Heard you. He can flank medallion.
I'm in alley.
Fire tree, cell one. Fire tree, cell weak.
Busy, weak under broken.
Fire tree, cell.
Yeah,
Outer dead.
I'm top church right now.
Our wall and our con, too old. What's it?
Medallion, Dante, dead.
Nice, three. Last guy was old.
I don't know where he, I'm nading outer, Dante.
I'm nading over.
I naded outer, he's got hit. Archon, absolutely. I slid. He's Archon one shot still, and Alex dick.
They're dick, simp, one shot.
Alex dead too,
Let's go right, come on.
Shout me a close wall, cell.
I'm trying to get a kill P5.
Yeah. I'm going mid.
They're curve wall and one outer P1.
I hit 2 plat.
Okay, there's 2 old.
Oh, he's
One stop
something
church.
plat.
Top church.
One shot.
One stop church on me, one's old.
I
Okay?
spawned in the back.
I got the guy old.
I'm going to the back right now. I left in the back.
Windows, cell, windows. Windows in.
I don't know where he is on top.
Break the hill, they're spawning back probably.
He could be back alley. I think he's back alley.
Yeah, he went
I
back alley. I don't see him.
I don't know about you, Jay, but it sounds like everybody's good. I feel like Mac was one of the more vocal players throughout that listening.
100%. The only thing is that Atlanta FaZe, their P1 setup was flawless. They were able to get at least 50 points there. That's why they have such a lead. But Seattle now try to attack from the front side of this P2 hard point. They're able to find 2 kills. Trades going back and forth. Celium, he's having himself a map. 27 and 13. He's so dominant on this. Overall on this map, he's sitting at a 1.2, really answering in this first map.
Another unfortunate teammate there out of Seattle. Simp takes down Pred and ends up getting dropped himself. A 2-for-1 special there for Atlanta as Simp rushes his way on through. Just a matter of moments before FaZe can reach that double century mark. They'll be ever closer to eclipsing it as now we'll prepare once more for Fountain. A massive hill and a huge rotation currently for the Seattle Surge. An HP that very well could bring them back in this game. And they're gonna need everybody to be focused, to be prepared as Mac is able to handle at least the first wave and accuracy, holding things down over at that back heady. First wave conquered there for Seattle. Somebody is gonna hop on the objective. That's gonna be Pred, trying to weather the storm of these nades.
And if you're Atlanta FaZe, you are going to try to break into this because you know how powerful you are at that P4, but that's going to be Seattle finding all 4 kills in the feed. Now Atlanta FaZe all spawning out towards field. Simp wins a huge one-on-one versus Mac towards the middle of the map. But you see, they're still putting a lot of pressure. They do not want to give all this time to Seattle Surge as accuracy is not missing on a 6-3 before he eventually does get taken down. But such a great hold coming in from Seattle to get right back into this game. It's going to be a rotation battle now for P4.
Yeah, it's going to be a race over toward the church. FaZe break in for the final few, but at the least it could be a great opportunity for Seattle. Right now they've got numbers. The current 4 versus 2 as it's Arshnies and Selling trying to lock things down. What a great game it has been so far for MC, but as the Titan falls, so goes Arshnies. Accuracy up close. He was a turret over at Fountain. And looks to continue that spree now over at our next rotation. Abizi, a thorn in the side, makes his way on through as that'll be 3 for him. The solo break out of Abizi, the excellent plays, and another successful rotation granted for FaZe currently. 4 in a row, can he make it 5?
And Seattle, they need to break in on this because it's going to basically put Atlanta FaZe at 240. 10 points away from closing out this game number 1. As you see Seattle still trying to attack this from that field side. 13 seconds, you have to start thinking about that rotation, but Arcees is already set up.
Yeah.
It's gonna be a huge one-on-one between him and Sid.
Big 1v1 to take. Arcees is there to find it, so it's Celium for the scrap, and it's Arcees off the rotation. He'll look to push this one out, and they're gonna be aware of the spawns. FaZe 15 points away from claiming this game 1. Somehow manages to get the final bolt to connect with Mac, but time starting to tick. Seattle, they've got to make something happen. It's got to be perfect HP. Zip rushes on through and is able to clear things out for a moment, but P5, incredibly chaotic. One player on the flank, that's going to be Arcees. So many things to come, so many things to think about right now if you're Seattle. A lot of players to deal with as all 3 right now sit inside of the HP. Arcees falls, but there goes Simp as well. 1 more second away. Can Celium seal the deal? He finds both. He just has to hop inside the objective. Back and forth we go. Seattle still alive, still hanging out, but it will be Atlanta getting that final second. And despite the reset, they come out strong and do not allow for the comeback once more. Atlanta 1-0 in the series.
Atlanta just did a great job on the second half of those hard points. They dominated that P1. They were able to grow the lead by 50 points. And then you see Seattle with a great P2, a great P3 to get right back into this game. They found that 4-piece to off the rotation towards P4, but when Atlanta FaZe broke in, they held it down for every single second. Just got closer and closer to that 250 mark. At that point, it was difficult for Seattle because they know we cannot give up this time. It's not too good for them.
Yeah, definitely is not. As we said, FaZe versus Surge, the rivalry continues, and it will continue on the very same map that we see so often, a massive team fight inside of P5. Unfortunately for Accuracy, he has to watch his boys get taken down, but they are aware of his position. A great hard counter already off the rip, but it is the Iceman after all. In improper territory in Minnesota, we'll see what he can do. A lot of times to work with.
And you can never count Accuracy out. He has so many clutches this year alone. He's gonna try to go pick up that bomb, but he runs into 2 players of Atlanta FaZe. That was just an all-out brawl to start that first round. Everyone just goes towards P5. Simp is able to come out on top with 3 kills in a row. That was just a good early aggressive round from both of these teams. Atlanta FaZe able to come out on top.
Great starter there. We'll get
Look
to
at
watch
this.
the replay. See it from Sip's perspective, and you can just tell, not expecting to see 3 other members of Atlanta, but clearly FaZe has done their homework. We can't stress enough the importance of this search destroy, what it has meant for this matchup so far throughout the year, what it has meant historically. Surge have needed to win those game 2s, and Jay, so far throughout Vanguard, 9 out of the 10 victories that Seattle have got come from this very search destroy in game number 2. A big mode for them as Mac now put in the primary position. Fires away a few bullets, but none of them equal out to an elimination. Pred trying to make the call instantly. He gets caught out as well. And we say goodbye to Accuracy. A very fast 1v4 from Sib. Clean round number 2 there out of Atlanta.
That's just good work out of Atlanta. They just basically work that B bomb site, make sure no one is in towards that P5 area. They know that someone has to be playing in towards top radio, but that's where you see the teamwork, the chemistry starting to show for Atlanta FaZe. One player slides, they pick up that kill onto Mac. Then you saw Pred, he was trying to at least get him off of that bomb, but unfortunately he runs into a pre-fire, turns it into a 4v2. 4 up, 4 down, Atlanta FaZe up 2-0.
2 great rounds out of FaZe already. A few players sitting on sprees, 3 for Simp, 3 for Arstes, and 2 right now for MC. Last time around on the attack, it was Seattle getting bruised.
Look at this.
Inside of P5, Simp decides to rush his way through, and take a look at the bottom left of your screen. The mini-map FaZe with the clever strats enter into every single lane that we've got on the Tuscan, and they win their 1v1s, clean round after clean round. FaZe, picture perfect throughout our first 3.
And right there is probably throwing Seattle Surge off. Like the first round, you've seen that Atlanta FaZe, they were super aggressive in towards P5. This time on the offense, you're probably expecting them to be super aggressive towards middle, but they commit once again towards that P5. Not a single player on the Seattle Surge was on that side of the map. They get to that flank easy. They give all the information of what's going on towards the middle of the map. They force it into a 4v2, allow a Beezy to hit that late flank, and eventually close it out with the last 2. This has been flawless search and destroy from Atlanta.
Yeah, I mean, they've only died twice.
Yeah.
And we've seen 3 rounds. It's not a good sign. And right now, Sib is the only person who is on the board. Well, he tosses out some good stuns, and he'll also, manage to find Salium. So the story will remain the same. Accuracy, Mac, Pred. Still trying to get on the board, but this could be their chance. Another B hit already for Atlanta as Pred quickly making his way on the flank. Mac able to bring it now to a 4v2, now make it a 1v4, a Beezy down, and a great counter there out of the Surge. Pred on the flank is able to find 2.
No one got blooded right there on the side of Seattle Surge. They get that first blood once they find that pick with the nade. Once Sib gets that player towards that back alley, it allows Pred to eventually commit towards that late flank. Mac did a great job at least finding 1 kill from the front side. Just eventually sets up Pred to close it out with the final 2. Great shots onto a Beezy to get their first round.
That's the way that you want to get your first round on the board, right? We're talking about coming into that round. Sib, the only guy with kills, totally changes things up. Mac with 1 and Pred with the other 2. As the B side continues to really be the talking point so far of this search and destroy. With the recent spawn updates, the defense now having better clearance of that A site and of middle. And obviously it's changed things up a bit. Seattle with the early 2, but just like that, Simp tries to even things out. Now a current 2 versus 3, and Seattle are making their way quite heavily into that B site. And that plan's gonna go down, Jay.
So now in the 3v2, RCD's in the closest position to at least find one. You see Seattle there, fully spread out, one player playing bomb, one person watching the spawn, one person watching flank. Simp and RCD's are gonna link up. It's gonna be Mac to give the information. Can he try to get one or at least get out with his life?
Oh, no, managed to do so. Great setup there. Leads in accuracy for 1. RCD's will eventually get cleaned up, and just like that, Seattle answering back with 2 rounds of their own.
And I thought that round was not going to be good for Seattle. Once you see RCD's hit that stun grenade right over that P5, you basically stun every single player on the side of Seattle Surge. You've seen that right there, Atlanta FaZe, they try to attack towards mid, but Simp and Abizi were not looking towards lower fountain. They allowed that player to eventually come behind them. They force it into a 3v2. They get the bomb down, and Mac does a beautiful job of just staying alive, not committing to the gunfight, playing the man advantage correct.
Atlanta, another opportunity. Here on the attack. Accuracy tosses out a few shots toward top fire. As we said so far, the conversation has all been about that B site. Matt currently sits here and waiting. Meanwhile, it's Sib hanging out over at the field. FaZe looking for that pick. As they'll now look to seize on forward, mid-control. Right now sitting firmly at the hands of the Surge. One man who can make all the difference is going to be Pred. And they check the corner. A great first blood for Abizi, traded out by accuracy.
Look at the bomb almost goes down, but Sib is able to get him off of that bomb site. Sib does find a huge kill onto Mac to make it a 3v2. So the bomb could potentially start hitting that rotation, but RCD's with a huge one-on-one. Now the bomb's gonna go down for free at this B site. Sib in a 1v3.
Huge clutch right now for Sib. The instant challenge onto the bomb site. And Jay has a few shaky shots. I mean, what, he'd walk away, or rather if he's able to walk away with that first kill, maybe things are differently. FaZe are set up, but a lot of that comes down to RCD's kill that he gets inside of Church. Giving FaZe the numbers that much more. They play around the objective, and FaZe able to get a response after what was a great little resurgence there out of Seattle.
Yeah, right there, Atlanta FaZe, they just gained the information that no one is watching over the middle of the map. They attack it right down that middle alley in the Abizi. Great awareness to at least check that corner to find that first blood. As they were able to secure the round, Seattle trying to attack this towards A, but look at Atlanta FaZe, super aggressive in towards you.
Very, very aggressive. Matt called upon, and he will deliver. The first blood, and with the bomb on his back, you couldn't ask much more there from him, but RCD's with a great nade. Ends up shutting him down. Player 1 also gets dealt with. We say goodnight to Celium. Accuracy, take a look at the play. Take a look at the play right now from Accuracy. And he will be able to successfully apply the pinch. The veteran-like plays there out of the Iceman as back and forth we go. And it's Surge's time.
Good work finding that first blood. Eventually it does get traded, but you allow your players, your teammates to eventually make plays. As they find those trades on towards that A bomb, eventually Pred doesn't really find anyone on that late flank as his teammates were picking up those kills. But Seattle staying in this game, currently down 1 round. Atlanta FaZe back on the attack. This time Seattle are going to be super aggressive towards A.
My goodness, take a look at the utility that is tossed out here on Tuscan. The echoes throughout the Italian streets. And Sib is able to deliver with the early kill in this round. Oh, and Simp wants some more. Simp versus Sib. Try to say that 5 times fast. Not going to be easy. Celium still checking, still rating shots throughout middle. But with that bomb being where it is, it could be set up for a rotation. You see Simp trying to be prepared for what could be the flank. Nobody yet to do it from Seattle, though.
Pred is at least able to get some information if these players do drop down towards lower fountain. So now with 35 seconds left, Mac, he's going to be the player that has to hold down this lane as the push is about to come in. But look at the bomb. The bomb is still all the way towards that back A site. They're going to actually bring this all the way back. Can Sib find that kill? He does, forces it to a 4v2.
Salam trying to even out the numbers. There goes FaZe all on to MC. A 1v4 bomb is down. And 10 seconds left. It will be a round. Answered once more out of the Seattle Surge. And I don't know, Jay, but once Simp finds that first blood, Simp kind of hangs in the back of the spawn. I thought for a moment it was either going to be a rotation, then it felt like it could have been a bait maybe toward P5. Get a few of those Seattle players out of the field to set up Simp for the plant, but maybe running out of time there.
Yeah, that was just a beautiful round from Seattle. Once they find that first blood, you saw Atlanta FaZe. They were trying to play for any bit of information that they could have gotten. But Seattle, they did not give up anything. As they played patient, tie this game up at 4 apiece. Sid really turning this game around.
Woo!
Back with the first 2-piece, makes it a 4v2. This bomb should be getting planted towards A any minute.
Okay, then Mac delivering early. Simp gets found out, but now it's Pred's opportunity. 2 for Mac and 2 for Pred. Seattle stormed their way through and now put themselves on map point.
That's 3 rounds back to back to back, where not a single player on the side of Seattle Surge has dropped. They're making the mid-game adjustments. They're 1 round away from closing out this search and destroy. This is the map that they need to take in this series.
And this has been the map that's been the ticket for them.
Yeah.
Every single time. It has always been the Tuscan Search Destroy game number 2 that is allowed for the Surge to answer back in these games. But each time it has gone to a round 11. We'll see if FaZe can force it for the 3rd straight time. Utility tossed either which way is Abizi. Manages to find himself in church.
Beezy's gonna be the guy to make the play. Beezy's just trying to play for information, or at least play for one player on the side of Seattle Surge to play the rotation. As they're just taking their time. Right now, Seattle Surge have 2 players that's sitting over towards that plat side. Accuracy gonna give the call out that he at least spots one towards top fountain, and this is where Nabizi can strike.
It absolutely could. Abizi here to strike indeed. Taking away accuracy, but Pred instantly on the reply. Simp nearly turns, but Mac will deliver with the double. Traded out, but will give his teammates the 2v1 advantage. And Sim finding the ending kill. Seattle Surge down, but not out. Come back from being down early. And much like they have in every single encounter so far, win that search to destroy on Tuscan. But this time, no round 11, Jay. They get it done in round 10. One more round.
4 rounds in a row for the Seattle Surge to come out and take this map number 2. They just had so...
Like I said, respecting the opponents for Seattle.
It's a scary thing, because you saw before the stats went down, Atlanta FaZe are last on the defensive side. They're gonna start on the attack. A lot of pressure coming down towards this A point. Abizi finds that first blood. Trades going back and forth, but Atlanta FaZe are able to get on this A point.
Get that A zone, that B zone, 3 ticks on either end, and really the amount of ticks that you can get on the attacking side will allow you to have that round 5 defense. Defense is preferred and controlled, especially on this very map if you are new. Some early exchanges throughout the map, but it will be Seattle getting a nice flurry of kills. Last player alive is going to be Arstees to the top side of the boat. He still hangs out, no ticks yet to be successfully done so far out of Atlanta, but now they call upon the Aussie to fly and now to fry, sitting upon 3 in a row. But as we talked about, Arstees is still here, eventually found out all that progress totally turned around. But take a look at Simp making a play at that B zone, wins his 1v1 and stops the time in the process.
Huge work from Simp to keep that clock to continue on. As Simp is doing everything he can to hold down this P1 area, finds great shots onto Simp to eliminate him from there. But Atlanta FaZe, they're able to win a couple of these gunfights, put a lot of pressure on towards A. Closest player up is gonna be Abizi. He finds one, but he does get traded. There's only 35 seconds left. Atlanta FaZe, they got 1 tick at B, but you have to make sure you close out A.
Without question, partner, Zellium trying to push out that known position for the attacking team. They often rely on that building in green, but right now Simp from range doing an excellent job. Known for the SMG, but absolutely can get it done with the AR as well. But his tiny tear duo going off right now on the bottom side of the boat. Meanwhile, it is good old MC toward the top. Seattle yet to really break, yet to find an opening. So far at this A zone, and they will go ahead and give it up. FaZe successful in capturing A to start this one off. But as Bryce, you like to say, Jay, it's not about A, it is always about B.
Always about B. And the way you want to attack this is taking control of this top ring area. See two Atlanta players trying to attack from the backside, but Accuracy in a great position to at least cause them some problems as he finds that first kill. It's going to be on Mac, though, in a great spot to at least eliminate one, as Arcades wins a huge trade. Can he try to get any more? He does not. So Atlanta FaZe still have to fight for that P1 control. They currently up by 1 live. There's only a minute left, though, so they have 1 or 2 more good pushes.
And they made a decent dent, but they absolutely want to try to secure this round, maybe get 1 more segment on the board. Pred in a huge spot there, able to eliminate Simp. He will catch the fancy, catch the attention of Atlanta, while it is Celium also getting the job done up close, but Accuracy, like a turret, beams one down from the beach as MC continuing to fry. He was amazing in that first hard point and picking things up in this next respawn as well. FaZe sitting on the point as Celium looks to extend the spree. It's a BZ as well, doing damage from range.
No more respawns, though, on the side of Seattle. Sib is going to drop, so now with 20 seconds left, all you have to do is stay alive. All of Atlanta FaZe, the only 2 players in this play that could potentially get towards this point. What can Simp do? As all Seattle have to do is just hold on the defensive side. Last push coming in, Mac finds 1. Still pressure coming in from the front as Celium takes down 1. They're getting a point, but Pred goes massive to find 3 kills to close out the round for Seattle. They hold on the defensive side.
And that was somebody that we wanted to see have a great performance in control, specifically on Gavutu. Jay, he goes big for 3, and right now, he sits with the lowest KD for this team on Gavutu. The reason why Seattle hasn't wanted to play this map is really because of the struggles across the board, but rather specifically for Pred. The rookie really yet to get anything going so far throughout the season, but in that moment, saves the round for Seattle, and now they will have their chance at attack now. We'll see if Pred can extend the streak. Making his way in the middle with that MP40. Maybe thoughts on a pinch, thoughts on a flank already, but he gets dealt with, and so does Sip.
Yeah, and your focus for Seattle in this round has to be at least getting 1 tick completed at that B point. Because Atlanta FaZe, they're already up by 4. But Atlanta FaZe, they're finding every single kill in the feed. Accuracy does win that 1-on-1 towards that top ring, so he's going to try to get out towards B. But you already have another player watching that cross. Simp is going to be able to take him down. Right now, Seattle simply can't get out of the spawn.
Yeah, the only problem right now for the Surge is that the only kill that they've got was the one that Accuracy found at the beach. Other than that, nothing. 29 to 22 already in lives. Thankfully, Mac is able to find 1, but right when he does, Civ happens to team nade him. It is chaos right now in the spawns for Surge as BZ does enter into 7 spree range, so he will have a glide bomb throughout the remainder of this match. 25 seconds. Celium finding 1 onto Civ. Oh my goodness, pulls out the pistol as well. And great little kill there on the Pred. Nobody from Seattle really being able to make a dent in this one. Could come back to bite them in the end, Jay. A very slow attack, but it's FaZe dominant on this defense. Goodness sake.
That 7% offense definitely showed right there. They couldn't even get out of spawn. They didn't complete 1 segment. So now Atlanta FaZe, they're in control of this game. All they have to do is just simply capture that A every single time. And they should have that defense going into that round 5. Just in case it does get there. But what a defensive hold coming in from Atlanta. Obviously, a BZ goes on that 7-3. He has that glide bomb to work with. Potentially could come in on this offensive round.
Yeah, absolutely could. How Atlanta deems to use it. Great start for them already throughout this game. While it is 1-1, they hold the major advantage. If it does, in fact, go toward that round number 5. We'll see if they can continue to stack on that success or if Seattle can halt the progress. Any segment is great right now for FaZe. And if you're Surge, it's going to be hard to let this A zone go quickly. The trade still favoring Atlanta for the moment, but Pred at least providing some great pressure. Simp gets found out as well. A nice little wipe there for Surge, and I believe that first tick did in fact go through for Atlanta before those eliminations. ended up happening. A minute on the clock, and now Pred trying to make chaos happen again in the spawns.
Now all of Atlanta FaZe spawning out towards lower beach. Do they read the pinch coming in from Pred though? As he finds that kill onto Abizi. Mac is also winning a huge one-on-one to keep them in their base. They're trying to attack towards that P1 area. They find that kill onto Mac. They should be able to get it on this B point.
Wow!
But Pred is going massive in their spawn, getting spawn kill after spawn kill.
FaZe does make their way into that B zone, Jay, as you called it. Sheesh! My goodness. Also, having some words for Arsity. Simp taking fire from pretty much every single direction, but he has allowed for a lane to be established from P1 through the beach. Atlanta FaZe, as we said, any segment is great. They got one at A, they've got one guaranteed at B, and it could be a third one so far in this third round. Great work being done from FaZe despite the great little flanks. They are still seeing success. Everybody going on sprees, and Simp has had so much help. Finally, somebody's here to contest it, but it doesn't matter. B zone moments away from being captured, but it will be the trade that still favors Atlanta. They captured the B zone despite what was great slaying out of the Seattle front. It turns out to be an even better situation than Atlanta could have even hoped for.
It makes it a little bit easier now that you only need 2 ticks of aggression to complete this 8 point. You can potentially still invest this glide bomb if you want on the side of Abizi, but Simp, he finds a 2-piece before he eventually does get traded. Seattle, they need to hold. Accuracy's starting to turn up, finds himself on a 3 spree as Simp finds that 3rd kill. Now all of Atlanta spawning out.
Atlanta spawning out a Surge. Look to sink their teeth right now here on Gavutu. Don't allow for any unnecessary ticks, but still a lot of time to play with if you are Atlanta. Cellium pushing forward, having a great game right now, 21-11. Give me a break. MC just does not have bad maps. And performing right now for Atlanta as he opens things up right now for the team. And will continue to find himself on spree after spree, now on 3 in a row. And with that team support, if MC is doing things like that, it makes the job so much easier for Atlanta as that A zone will be captured. So many segments to deal with. Up 2-1, and they have got a guaranteed round 5 defense as well.
Yeah, it all comes down to just finding that kill onto Mac towards that P1 side. Once they do that, there was not a single player on the side of Seattle Surge who were able to fill that gap or at least get into the play before Atlanta FaZe put a lot of pressure on towards B. Simp stays alive the entire time until to the last tick, about the final couple of seconds there, and then eventually his teammates jump back in. But when you complete that B point, you know how easy it is to go try to attack towards A. Up by 10 ticks currently.
That's all.
And you still got up easy with that glide bomb in the back of his mind.
That's true, man. So many things to think about if you are Seattle. Down by 10 ticks, yeah, it's not possible. But we'll see what they can do. We'll see what they can do. Scorecard confirming that defense for round number 5. So it will have to be back-to-back attacking rounds for Surge. A very tall task indeed, but we'll see if it can be Mac to try and lead the charge. Simp manages to sneak his way on through, eventually handled. Arsenes in the meantime will make his way to the backside of the spawn. Seattle paused the time at 1.
That's great work from Arsenes to take the long route. Just on a base should keep this push from the Seattle Surge. A little bit stagnant towards that A point as Mac is going to come off spawn once again. Arsenes tries to pick up this kill. He's not going to spot him below, but Sib is able to take care of him. So now the second tick of progression is already in for A. A lot of pressure from Pret in towards green. Currently up by 1 life. If you could potentially pick up some kill streaks, that's the way you can win this offensive round.
That's a great call, Jay. Streaks would be massive right now for Seattle. We'll see what they can do. Another minute added to the clock. And so far, it has really not taken a ton of eliminations for Seattle. FaZe posturing for position. Now for this B zone, accuracy starting things off well, not just for 1, but also for 2. A great double kill, but Simp looking to reply back on cue. It's accuracy to find all 3. But it is Cellium in the back of the base. He gets dealt with, and just like that, Seattle do push their way now into P1. The close spawns as they look to group on up, but FaZe are ready. FaZe are prepared, and that nade does all the damage that it has to.
They're able to find a 2-piece, and now you see Abizi starting to put the pressure on. He does get traded by accuracy as he's on a 5 spree. If you're accuracy, you just want to play your life. This kill streak can be so big as he finds that 6th kill onto Simp. Now the pressure's starting to come in from the front. What can Cellium do? He does get traded. Oh, unfortunately not able to win the gunfight. So now Pred, the farthest player pushed up on the map for Seattle. He finds it too. What you want to do is just play your life though. Allow your teammates to get back into play.
Such a risky play there for accuracy. No streaks to work with. That would have been huge, even if he dies. Finding 1 kill could have set up for this glide bomb to be used on this B zone. But right now, 14 to 13, 45 seconds on the clock. Atlanta with great positioning. 3 players pretty much pushed all the way up in P1. Accuracy gets dealt with the sub out of Arcides. Some great work coming through from Alec, but as we said, that time continues to tick away. But take a look at Mac trying to cause some issues on the flank, but he also ends up going down. Time dwindling, kills favoring FaZe, and Pred doing everything he can just to keep this stream alive for a little bit longer. A great headshot in response with the pistol, but the nade comes in from the top. It ruins the progress. 17 seconds left.
And keep in mind that Abizi still has this glide bomb to use it. So he's going to be able to at least eliminate this closest player from the top ring. That's going to be 3 dead. Last player closest to this point is going to be Accuracy. He goes down. This map is Atlanta's.
It is Atlanta's in Simp, dominating toward the stretch as FaZe have had issues on Gavutsu previously, but not on this day. Now up 2-1 in this series, and Jay, it was dominance all the way throughout, a 3-1 dub. And I mean, no, man, like the amount of takes that they got, Seattle, the slow attacking round. It's a difficult task if you're Surge, but a very well answered round out of Atlanta. The back-to-back respawns it again. It is MC, 26 and 16. Great performances across the board, though.
They started off this map by getting 4 ticks of progression. That's great work.
We turn our attention towards Seattle Surge with the restart, with Mac being sick and with the historical significance on Surge having FaZe's number. Can they dig deep and do it again and force the game 5? It is time to find out. Prepare for chaos, prepare for madness. Bocage, here we come.
P1. Not really focused for both of these teams to try to pick up that time. We're just trying to pick up these kills and at least focus on these spawns. As Atlanta FaZe are still controlling towards that back 10 area with 25 seconds left. You see Seattle trying to attack from that tank side. A couple players trading back and forth through the map, but you see Atlanta FaZe, they're stacking this. Accuracy has to try to go big from the tank. He eventually does get traded, but look at those spawns. Look at the spawns. Seattle start to spawn towards lower trenches.
And as we said, really neither team heavily prioritizing P1, as Simp does hop inside of it. It has been all about these spawns, Jay. Back and forth we go, but as the dust settles, it looks like it could be Seattle's to hold for P2. Archie gets dealt with, a great read there out of Surge. And the guy that we said needs to turn up, right now it's gonna be Mac. A great start right now at 4-2, trying to push out these FaZe players and make their lives difficult coming out of Granny's.
He's doing a great job so far. Atlanta FaZe cannot get past this plat area. 40 seconds remaining on this P2. Abizi's able to at least find that first kill onto Max. So now this allows Atlanta FaZe to try to attack from the front, to try to attack from bottom barn. As Arcides is able to stay alive towards that god tank. 25 seconds left. The pressure's here. They find 3. Atlanta FaZe break in.
Oh, but Zib at least is able to find 2. Enters into 5 spree range, but Cellium there to cut him down. So no glide bomb, at least for now. There at a Sib. FaZe break in for the final few seconds of scrap before Seattle do get the final word. Back and forth we go, but now it's time for the rotation here at Grandma's. And Jay, really one of the primary success points for this FaZe team has been on this hill and the following ones.
Yeah, this is a huge hill for Atlanta FaZe. They usually dominate this, average about 25 points as Sib is able to find that 2-piece. All of Seattle trying to attack from the front. Abizi takes down 1 towards Tools. Accuracy, unfortunately, is going to get shot in the back. Pred and Mac find 3 in the feed. They're able to flip those spawns. And they actually flip right on back. Atlanta FaZe still spawning on the backside, but Seattle have control.
Flip after flip. Grandma, I don't know what you did with the spawns, but you've absolutely ruined them. Civ comes through with 3. Accuracy on the 4th. And now they've got FaZe right where they want them in the spawn trap. How do Atlanta look to break? And it's going to be based off of teamwork. Max at least able to find the head of Simp before heading back into Grandma's house. She'll happily take him back in. He's been a good boy. Zip tries to jump on through, but he also gets taken down. Seattle prepared for Barn in a very well-controlled hill out of Surge, all things considered.
Now the rotation comes down towards this P4. Simp is able to find at least 2 off the rotation. But Sim, he shuts down that pressure. They keep the spawns from the back. Sim finds 3 in a row. Ay Dios mío. He's not missing right now.
He is not. Somebody who's not seen a ton of success on Bocage historically is going off right now for Surge, but right on cue, FaZe. Known for a breaking team, and they do exactly that, rush right into Barn. As Pret also will fall, nobody from Seattle can get an answer as it is all red before accuracy's at least able to drop 1. A great hill opportunity for FaZe to get back in this game and maybe even take the lead. Sip trying to cause somewhat of a dent right now, having a solid performance, but FaZe stiff him out as well. The teammate comes through, and that will not make things that much easier for Seattle, as FaZe will take the lead, and now we head to the final hill of our first set of rotations.
Now you need to focus on holding down the back, as Sib is able to find another 2-piece in the feed. 18 and 10 to start off this first rotation of hard points, as Seattle are fully set up for this P5, but that's going to be 3 dead in the feed. Last player up is going to be Accuracy. He gets naded, and Atlanta FaZe break on in once again.
Another break for FaZe. Can they make it P4 and P5? A great chance to do so, but now Brett from the skies, the Aussie doesn't solidify the kill. Finds one on to Celium, so never mind. It works out perfectly, Jay. I don't know how that ends up happening, but Pred, by accident, will then allow for Seattle to get the break on reply. FaZe with close spawns, but Zip continues to beam at 19 and 13 as he will fade on away. Final few 1v1s going down. We'll see if Pred can start to get that MP40 fire. They're going to need him on this second side.
Right now, Seattle, they're going toe-to-toe with Atlanta FaZe on their best hard point. The Young Guns are coming to play. Sib at 20 and 13, Mac on his flu game, sitting at 16 and 12. Basically a tie game going into our second rotations. What can Atlanta FaZe try to do? As you see, Celium from top Grandmas is not able to pick up that kill. The spawns now, they do flip for Atlanta. They're starting to spawn out towards lower water. Abizi, he's able to find 2 in the feed. Last player up is going to be Pred towards top barn. But Pred's focus is just trying to stay alive, trying to flip these spawns for his team.
Yeah, that was literally the focus throughout the entire first set of rotations. It was all about those spawn flips. Right now, a 1v1 for it in Pred. The nice little beam there onto Arcity. Seattle having a few teammates come on through. So they are locking down this time. It is still a battle for the backside of Barn. And it currently will be Surge in control of it with 18 seconds left at P1. A great job so far on handling the Atlanta FaZe, but Jay, in a moment's notice, this FaZe team can start to go off, but not if Sib has got their number. A slight lead advantage for Seattle as now it's time for Field. Arcinies and Co. leading the charge. 3, make it 4 in a row. Eventually found out, back and forth we go.
This allows Atlanta FaZe to put that pressure on from the front side. Arcinies with a huge multi-kill opens that up for his team. But Sib, he's not missing. Accuracy finds a second. Sip and Arcinies, though, they tag team and find 2 of their own. So right now, trades going back and forth. Atlanta FaZe still have control of it. They do not have the spawns, but with 35 seconds left, they want to stay on this side of the map.
Nice little moment there for Mac. Traded out his FaZe still with the time. Arcinies putting on a show so far throughout this last minute of Bocage. With 20 seconds left, it will be the veteran-like plays that have Accuracy trying to think about that rotation. They'll send 1 to try to go for the scrap, but as he falls, it will be the battle now for the backside of Grannies.
Wow.
Oh,
Look at the timing.
Mac with some shots. We'll take a look at player 2. Sim's back here. Some good work there for Mac and Accuracy. Trying to hold this one down. It will be Accuracy who does hop inside of the objective. MC gets dealt with inside of the sewers. Zip dips in for a moment, but it's Seattle with the 4 feed.
It's a clean 4 dead. So now the spawns flip for Atlanta FaZe. Seattle should be able to get back in this game, but great shots from BZ. Celium follows up with the second. So now the pressure's gonna come in, but Pred and Mac are able to find 3 kills in the feed. Mac on a 6 spree, 28 and 17. 1 off of picking up this glide bomb. He's going insane right now.
He is not. What a drop to the Atlanta FaZe. Can he make it 7? Yes, he will. The streak earned. for Mac. And Pred is not far behind. 2 more for him, and they've got double glide bombs to work with. They've taken the advantage, and they've also flipped the spawns. Long-range shots right now out of Mac. And now prepared for next. Seattle have turned this game around, but Mac is feeling himself on fire. Avocage eventually dropped, but boy, has he made a difference in this game. Momentum, it feels like, is on the side of Seattle.
And unfortunately, Pred does get taken down, so he does not earn that glide bomb. But Seattle, they need a good hold here. They allowed Atlanta FaZe to break on it and grow basically a 30-point lead. But so far, they're doing a great job of doing so as trades are going back and forth. Pred finds 3 in the feed. Last player up is going to be Arcades. He gets taken down. Pred with another multi-kill to secure the spawns and now secure some time for his team.
Last time around, it was Atlanta FaZe who brought the game back and really took the major advantage on this hill, and it was because of the break. So far, not happening. Seattle will not allow this to go the other direction. Mac is frying. 13 seconds left at Barn, and you know both of these teams are going to fight for every single second, tooth and nail. For these seconds, Seattle with the slight advantage, and now we go back toward River. FaZe here early, but can it be Mac to break things open again?
He has that glide bomb to invest. So this is the hill where you're going to use it. He invests it, should be able to eliminate this player on that point. As that's going to be 2 dead, so now this allows the pounce from Seattle. Pressure coming in from the back, pressure coming in from the front. And look at Pred, he's just trying to finesse his way, but Atlanta FaZe are able to find every single kill in the feed. They were able to neutralize that glide bomb, keep control of this hard point, now continuously growing this lead.
That is the perfect situation for Atlanta, allows for them to get set up, and they know exactly where Seattle are going to be coming from. FaZe, the first line of defense, he gets dealt with. That's going to be 2 in a row there for Surge. Simp at least for 1 on the reply. So despite the far out spawn, Seattle have pushed their way into the HP. They are happy to battle face to face with the Atlanta FaZe. The Titans of the CDL from last year are getting met stride for stride with fire. A basically tie game as we head now into the 3rd set of rotations. Mac nearly at 40 kills. It will continue to be the battle for those spawns overall as Pred gets taken down.
If I'm Atlanta FaZe, your main focus is just flipping these spawns. 2 times now, Seattle have been fully set up for that P2. They're able to take control of Waterside. Now you have a couple players trying to attack from the back, but accuracy wins that huge one-on-one versus Sim. Mac finds a second. So now if you're Seattle, you want to try to get as much time as you possibly can. Now that you do not have the spawns, that's going to be 3 dead in the feed. Last player on that point is going to be Civ. He is going to get traded, and Arcades on a 7th spree picks up a glide bomb of his own.
That's going to be great. Thinking about the future for Atlanta FaZe, as we discussed, field a very wide open hardpoint could easily come into use as B1 continues to transfer either direction. Mac with a trade, selling him as well, jumps on through. Accuracy now with the timing. Arcety's been so great throughout this HP, levels things at 200. But as we said, streaks to work with. Now coming in toward P2. FaZe with spawns, and here comes the glide out of Arcety's. And he'll be able to take down accuracy with it, 3 down.
And that's going to be 3 dead. If you're Atlanta FaZe, you want to try to get pushed out towards Plat, but make sure you keep Bar in control. As Pred is causing problems in towards Barn, he finds that opening. Sid finds the second. Pred does not find the second kill, though. As trades are going back and forth, Seattle, Mac having himself a map 45 and 26. He might break the record here.
He absolutely could. He could become the king of Cage in his flu game. A tie game right now. Surge not going down without a fight. Mac eventually gets dropped, 15 seconds left at this HP, and now it could be a prime opportunity for Pred to take on off. Final 8 seconds as FaZe are going to be prepared for next, but take a look at that kill there for Simp. Seattle could have the lane as the turn of a lifetime comes in through there at a Sib. 220 to 234. Mac inches away from the 50 bomb. Seattle are here.
Unfortunate team stun, though. And that's going to be 4 dead. Now the spawns do flip. Seattle starting to spawn out towards the back. Atlanta need to try to hold from the front, but Pred, he finds 2. Arcety's and the BZ trying to do everything they can to stay alive, but Sib finds another 2-piece to secure the point. 10 points away from closing out this map, number 4.
They're so close to doing so. 5 seconds away. Can Seattle force the game 5?
Gotta
MC
go.
has got to sprint on in. He falls, and that will be the game. Seattle Surge digging deep. And in the flu game for Mac. Unreal. What is it about this matchup, Jay? The best hardpoint team on their best hardpoint just got taken down.
Insane stuff from Seattle, especially Mac. Flu game to the T, man. This guy is insane.
I gotta see the
Did he just put up 50?
47 and 29.
Unbelievable performance out of
Sib,
Mac.
look at Sib's damage.
He started off the game like Sib was starting off this game, going on 4 sprees, going on 5 sprees, just really taking over. But towards the later half,
Chance, that could be their opportunity. Minnesota, make some noise. It's time for game 5.
and here we go. Atlanta FaZe, when they see a lot of success on this map, it's usually at 66% towards these fast A attacks. As you see a lot of pressure already at that 8-point accuracy. He's the player that's going to give the information to his team. But look at Pred, no hesitation on the flank. Unfortunately, Celium does get out of that position. As Atlanta FaZe are going to be full A control now, but Pred, he's going to be the guy to make the play.
Yeah, tricky play off the rip from Atlanta. They fade out the B push when in reality it is all about that A push. Sib starting things off well. The nice first blood. How about the jump spot? Prime position to find one arm to Arcinies. He'll do exactly that. The first two found from Sib, but the time continues to tick away in the bomb. There's somebody inside of this site. It's actually going to be a BZ. He and Cell combined for 2. We say goodnight to Sib. A 3-kill swing, as now it is all on to the Aussie. The rookie in a 1v2. 20 seconds left. The challenge on to a BZ. Impatience will pay off in round 1.
And what a play coming in from a BZ. It was a 4v2, but he times it beautifully to find that first kill. At the same time, Celium picks up a kill as well, forces it to a 2v2. And right there, if you are Seattle, you had no awareness that he was in that position. He eventually finds the second, and then Pred, the player that was going on that flank, eventually gets into the play when it's a 1v2 situation. A BZ goes huge in that first round, picks up 3 kills. Atlanta up 1-0.
Nice try. It was a good effort. Maybe in the future. Into this round number 2. And how about the scope out of Sip, bringing out the car. Knows that it's time for business. We'll see if Seattle look to deal with the young god, but already in toward this round number 2. Seattle down a man, and with the Mac, with Mac having that objective, they look to stall out for the time. Some shots exchanged, and MC has to back on up.
They're just trying to get some information, or at least force Atlanta FaZe to try to make a play, as Sip is going to be able to spot that player on towards top tank. You do not want to get picked by accuracy. He's going to have the angle, forces it to a 3v3. 35 seconds left. Celium has to try to go big at B site.
He absolutely has to. Accuracy nearly rips him off with a great cover fire. Celium and Arcinies, a great pinch established, and now Mac in a 1v3. He gets found out as well. The early 2 going the way of Atlanta. For the most part, well controlled.
Yeah, once Simp finds this first blow onto Pred, right there you see Seattle already in the man disadvantage. They're just going to slow down, try to play for a pick. They force it to a 3v3, but Celium does such a great job of just staying alive at that B site. He allows Arcinies to set up that team fire, force it to a 3v2. They find the other kill. Then eventually it's all up to Mac, left in the 1v3. Crosses to that B-bomb, eventually gets taken down. Atlanta FaZe are 57% on their defensive rounds, and it showed there.
Definitely did, partner. As we talked about earlier, Seattle slow in the early rounds of Tuscan, but they fire back 4 rounds in a row to claim that Game 2 Search Destroy. Have actually yet to lose an S&D versus FaZe in Vanguard. Something to think about is into this round number 3. Arcinies has made his way into docks, but it has taken a player. Simp falls in the process. And Simp could be in a great position. He tosses up that stun. He gets all the information that he needs. Arcinies stalled on out. And taken down. Great play there out of the Rook to now give Seattle a 2-man advantage.
Now in a 4v2, Pred, it's time to attack. He's going to spot Celium. Fortunately, not able to win the gunfight. But Mac's here for the trade. Mac finds one. He knows that Celium is still in the play. Not going to commit to the gunfight, though. Great play out of the young man to play the man advantage. He's eventually going to get traded. Beautiful heads-up play by Max. Just simply play his life there. You not want to give Celium an easier opportunity to force it to a 1v2. He backs out, gets the help of his teammates to close it out. But what a heads-up play from Sid. Throws the stun, opens both windows, slides right on in, finds that kill on the Arcades to take him down. Great plays from Seattle to stop the bleeding.
Great plays out of Surge and veteran-like plays already displayed out of Mac and out of Sib in that round. Something to keep in mind, Jay, as we talk about it. Sib was on the bench for Atlanta FaZe last season. How annoying that must be for this four-man lineup, right? The guy who's been on your bench, the guy you were trying to train on up, now has beaten you in the last two occasions. A great situation there as it'll be the first round for Surge, and all eyes once more fall on to Sib. As he'll look to find the first pick through middle, it is Seattle so far pushing over toward A, but it looks like it could be a rotation. First player here, though, it's going to be Celium. And he'll cut off that lane.
Finds that first kill, so now he basically has all of B cut off. If you are on the side of Seattle Surge, your main focus is try to eliminate this player. As actually does spot him, unfortunately not able to hit him with the nade. They're wasting a lot of time trying to invest this kill onto Celium. As the bomb is starting to approach over towards that A site, a BZ in a great position to shut this down.
Very similar to the first round. He's hiding behind the desk this time. Hanging out in small room. A 4-1 start right now for a BZ. A pick here would be everything, but they do get the information. The stun is out. They know that he's there. Pred decides to push, but a BZ takes him down. The instant 4v2, 20 seconds. Accuracy's at least able to even things up that much more, but it's a 1-for-1 trade, and it's all on to Mac. 40 seconds to play with, and MC handles business.
It all comes down to Celium. He finds that first blood. Eventually, he keeps control of that positioning towards that B site. So accuracy, he was trying to take him down from that back bow house, but eventually you have to give him up. It allowed for them to commit towards that A bomb. The fact that a BZ finds that kill in small room and gets out with his life, beautiful play by him. And eventually you allow Celium to hit that late flank, finds that kill on the accuracy, finds the final kill to get 3 kills on the round. Atlanta FaZe, once again, great defensive win.
Great defensive win out of Atlanta. Celium and BZ going big in that last round, now to give themselves the advantage. But as we said, it was the exact same situation in that game number 2. FaZe up early, and Seattle late responded with 4 straight rounds. They're going to need that same magic here versus a Titan-like roster in FaZe. The push now being made toward the back alley.
And this is where Atlanta FaZe find a lot of success, just attacking towards this A bomb. They are going to get that information that accuracy is towards Plat, but he gets out with his life. Do they know the positioning with Pred, though, as he's going to be sitting on those steps, which is going to be Mac, actually. But accuracy, unfortunately, breaks the window, runs right into a BZ, and a BZ with 2 in the feed, forces it to a 4v2. Both players from Seattle trying to attack from middle.
It's on to the rookies, a 2v4. Bomb is down, and everybody from FaZe sitting in a great spot. Pred for 1, traded out in the end. All on to Sib, now to 1v3. Finds the first one on Arcades, 30 seconds on the clock, as he'll have to make the play. The Tiny Terrors to deal with, and the objective still the defuse. Can Sib come up clutch? Looking for an entry, looking for the opening!
And it simply all just comes down to a BZ and Simp pushing out that Plat area. A BZ, he gets that nade indication onto accuracy. He backs him down. That's what allows him to eventually get this position. He finds that first kill, beautifully red play to get the second onto Mac. And then no hesitation on the bomb Plat. The young SMGs, the Tiny Terrorists coming out in this game 5.
You see them communicating there. Thinking about the next round, how important of a victory this could be for FaZe on the other side. A must-win round if you are Seattle. Cannot afford to go down 5-1. And it just feels like this round could once more come down to the presence out of Ibizi. So great so far throughout our first 5 rounds. Feels confident to rush on through. Pulls out a few shots, still hanging out, still alive, nearly turns on for 1, but Pred dropping that first blood, accuracy as well there for the clearance. pushing their way inside of the office and getting work done. Salium falls, and that is the round that you had to have, and it comes in dominant fashion.
And that was just good work from Seattle for no one to get picked by Beezy. They eventually allowed for Pret to get into the play to assist him of taking him down. And then Accuracy does a great job of just sitting in the top of the base towards that top warehouse, watching those middle steps. He finds that second kill. Now in a 4v2, you know that they're going to attack this from top plat. They play the kills. They're able to close it out clean, 4 dead. Clean round for Seattle to get on the board.
And now time for the swing round. Instantly for Seattle, a 1-4 start right now for Mac. Again, had a slow start in that S&D and had one round where he went off. But they will call upon Sip once more to try and have a good performance to make a major play. Did so already over at the docks. Has some shots in, but FaZe early to get the bomb down. 2 players here, Sip for one and Pred with the other. Great work.
And they find that first blood. But look at the play coming in from Accuracy. Accuracy works his way all the way around the deep flank. I don't think Atlanta FaZe is going to be able to read this as Accuracy finds one. Salium does eliminate that player from bomb, but Salium goes big to at least force it to a 1v2. All left up to Sim. 15 seconds left. All you have to do is eliminate this player from bomb. But Seattle, they wait. They stall out the clock. They wait for him to try to attack it, to eliminate him. They both have their guns up, ready to go. Seattle with a successful retake on that B site.
A successful retake, but like we said, Jay, it comes down to the rooks. I mean, what we came into the series talking about these guys, and a lot of times it gets assumed that it's about the respawns, but no, it's also in these clutch situations. It starts with them and it ends with them. The Iceman makes the play on the flank, and it's up to the Young Guns to give them another chance. Another chance at the attack here for Seattle as they aim to make the push over at that B site. Nades exchanged early, and Pred very well could find the first blood, and he'll make it land. Taking down MC, sent flying.
Now in the 4v3. If you're Seattle, you want to try to just get this bomb down at B as fast as you can. As the pressure from Atlanta FaZe is going to come in through front door, they're going to attack him. They're going to be able to even up the numbers now in a 3v3 situation. Bomb is going to start to get planted, though. Atlanta FaZe trying to attack this from the middle of the map. You know that Accuracy likes to sit towards the top warehouse, but now they have a lot of time to work with.
A lot of time to work with. It was Seattle who got the retake last time on this site. Now can it be FaZe's turn? Can they slow down the momentum? They find that early pick, and now it's time for a BZ to go off as well. On to Accuracy in the 1v3. Beams down 2 and now has the angle. Arcity's trying to hold true onto the side.
Shoulders got to be tight. Your shoulders just got to be tight. All you have to do if your Accuracy is just stay alive. Because Arcees is going to commit towards the gunfight. What a play. 3 seconds left. He stays down. Accuracy once again. The Iceman gets it done to tie the game up at 4-piece. Goes so big on the backside to find that 2-piece. But if I'm a BZ, I don't know what he was doing. You do not want to just stand on that bomb, basically giving that free line of sight to Accuracy to even up those numbers. It was basically an impossible round for RCs to try to close out, but the Iceman does what the Iceman does. Clutches it up in the big moments, tied 4-4.
Never a doubt. Down 4-1, and now we're level at 4 apiece. Seattle will not go away.
Look at this.
And now it's a chance for FaZe to end off this momentum. But Accuracy replies with the first blood again. The Iceman going big for Surge to kick off this round.
They find that first blood. So now Atlanta FaZe in the man disadvantage. We're still trying to commit towards attacking this A-bomb. But Seattle, they're perfectly ready for it. Mac should have an engagement here in a moment as he wins the gunfight. The second one is going to come in as well. Mac finds the 2-piece. Salium left in the 1v4. 40 seconds left. Bomb is going to be down. The kill, at least he finds one. But Mac, the flu game, the best game so far of his career, is stepping up to whole new levels. That's 4 straight rounds on the side of Seattle Surge.
Take a look at this again. Arcitys and Simp. Incredible. Four rounds in a row. Can it be 4 series in a row for Seattle in their exchange versus the Atlanta FaZe, or do we have a round 11? It is time to find out, as here we go. Mac right into the offense, aggressive to try to plant down the bomb. A quick trade, nice and early.
Makes it a 3v3. He's able to pick up that kill and at least get out with his life. So now Celium, so that player for Atlanta FaZe at that B site, does he decide to go for that late flank? What you see number 4 in Arcitys? He actually finds an opening. Should be able to come up these back steps. Finds that kill onto bomb, at least gets out with his life now in the 3v2.
Oh, and Simp right around the corner, nearly turns on him. A current 3 versus 2 in favor of Atlanta. Bomb still has to be picked up. Accuracy happy to put it on his back, as now he'll lay down the plant. A nice nade tossed on out, but no real damage done. Take a look at Celium.
He didn't see him.
On the flank, he doesn't spot him. He doesn't spot him, and now it comes down to accuracy once more. A 1v2 for the Iceman, but Arcitys takes him down. And now we have got ourselves a Game 5, round 11.
Round 11 for all the marbles. This has been an insane series, an insane day so far. Every single series has went to a Game 5. Can Seattle complete the Cinderella story of beating the 2 top teams that we currently have in this game and guaranteeing themselves at least top 3? As we're gonna go into this next round, so much on the line for both of these teams. Oh my, there it is, look at that. Round 11, baby, round 11.
Here we go, Minnesota. 1 round to decide it all. Is it Atlanta's time, or will history repeat itself for Seattle? Bomb looks to go down nice and early here out of Arcitys. Last time around it was Sib making the play. Tries it around the corner. The nade actually gets banked off, but it does not land. Arcitys throws it back inside of the docks. And this could be the opening. This could be the opening for Sib, but no! Taken down. Now a 3v4 for Seattle.
All you have to do if you're Atlanta FaZe is just basically stay alive towards that back warehouse. Do not allow these players to go on that flank. But Mac in a huge one-on-one towards the backside. Arcitys doing everything he can at B. But now all left up to Mac in the 1v3. 15 seconds left. Not gonna be easy. Atlanta FaZe are able to clutch up in the Game 5. Arcitys goes big on that B bomb to close out the series and solidify top 3.
The Nikki D curse officially broken. FaZe, after so long, after 10 months of not beating the Seattle franchise, now have got the dub that they so desperately have been waiting for. An incredible game, an incredible series. But Atlanta will hold on in the winner's side. Seattle will then move to the elimination bracket. And that's got to feel good if you're FaZe, Jay.
100%.
I mean, the amount of times that you fall into this team, the storylines that have come after they've dropped to rosters like this, to now take this roster down